Good morning and Merry Christmas to everyone watching this video right now. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, and that's going to be talking about what it's like to own a B8.5 2013 Audi S5. With owning an Audi S5 in general, to me, this was personally one of my top dream cars on the list. Now, some people's dream cars are obviously the Lamborghini Aventador, the Lamborghini Huracan, all types of supercars and dream cars alike. But in my opinion, this is the most simplistic, incredible coupe to this date. And even the person that designed the S5 said it was more valuable than the Audi R8 when it was created. And that, of course, the sense of its design, its usability, its practicality, its engine, and of course, all other things alike. Getting into why it is my dream car, this is one of the many cars that exist today that, in my opinion, has done everything right. From the coupe design, to the rim choices, to the exterior design, the facelift, the engine, the interior, there is nothing I hate about this car. For starters, Audi really did it right with this car. I mean, you'll look at this thing and it looks brand new. They really have made this entire interior timeless, and I would take this over a lot of the new Audi interiors just because it has all the leather components, and all these car automakers are making it all plastic and absolute garbage. This one, in my opinion, was the last one to really have these incredible elements all throughout the car. All the simplistic carbon fiber features, the Bang & Olufsen sound system. This current Audi S5 that I own has every feature that you could have possibly gotten with the Audi S5 when it did come out in 2013. The Sport 19-inch rims, the Sport differential underneath here. I have the Bang & Olufsen sound system and all other types of incredible packages and options that this Audi S5 came with. Now, getting a little bit into the reliability of the Audi S5 and how it's actually like to live with. I personally got this Audi S5 with 82,072 miles, and I did that purposefully so that when I was searching for this B8.5 model, I didn't have to go with the lower mileage count, because usually the problems start at around the 40, 50, 60,000 mile range. Prior to me actually purchasing this vehicle, there had been a lot done to the service history, everything from the timing chain, tensioners, and a lot of other coolant and oil related items. But like all Audis, even the 3.0T supercharged engine, as we see in front of us, still has its incredibly annoying issues. I've definitely spent north of $5,000 to $7,000 already fixing the issues that the 3.0T does come with, that being the thermostat, the leaking water pump, all types of coolant and oil leaks that have driven me crazy. But if you can get around to the fact that you have a little bit of a deep pocket to fix this car, overall, they've put this engine in over 10, 15 models. So it is one of the most reliable Audi engines out to date. But with that, of course, you still have to deal with it since it is an Audi. And the Germans definitely don't make it easy. I mean, there is no room, if you can see, there is no room in between the engine and the front of the car. It is very annoying, and any type of mechanical item that you want to fix, you have to take off this Eaton supercharger and get under the entire engine bay and whatnot. And the biggest issues, of course, relating to the 3.0T is the timing chains. It's a lot more reliable than the B8s, but nevertheless, if it does end up rattling, you do have to take out the engine. If it's the lower one, if it's the top one, you do not. It can be done accessibly back here, but once again, it's still annoying as hell. Now, avoiding all of the issues and problems with the 3.0T engine, which aren't really that many, they're really just basic maintenance. Every issue I've ran into was pretty much because the car is 10 years old now, and those things, when they're plastic, they snap over time when it gets hot and cold. Obviously, you're gonna have to deal with that. Now, getting into why this engine to me is really important and special, well, first of all, it's a V6 with a supercharger on it. You don't see many car companies, especially when Audi back in the day put V12 diesels in their Q7s, supercharged V6s in coupes, and naturally aspirated V8s from the Audi R8, just 2 cylinders off, and the RS5. pretty much this car is up to date, even it being 2013. You can get a CarPlay usability on the interior, which we'll touch up in a bit, but the fact that this engine is supercharged and it has such an incredible tuning capacity. I've seen these people push 650 horsepower and 650 foot-pound-feet of torque out of this motor. I'm definitely on the light side when it comes to pushing power and whatnot. I just have a cold air intake over here, a Stage 1 034 Motorsports tune, and a bunch of other things like an AWE track exhaust that make this car perfectly balanced and nothing more to deal with. In terms of the reliability and living with it, once again, it is a reliable engine, so do not worry when you're getting this car. Everything that has broken with me personally and other people, it has just been regular maintenance and things that break over 10 years time. But overall, this engine is incredible in every single way possible. It has not given me any issues since I fixed all the main problems with it, and once you're doing that, you'll be set for life. Now, my favorite part about this video is actually stepping on this interior. There's not been a single interior that has impressed me more than this one. And if you'll notice, I'm very particular about keeping my leather in perfect condition. I don't let anybody sit in the passenger seat. I'm the type of freak that wants to let this car be as perfect as possible. And currently it's at 93,000 miles, which, you know, with the quality of the interior, most people will say that's impossible, but, you know, I keep it that way. But just taking a look at how they designed every single small piece inside this car, it is truly breathtaking. You'll see the steering wheel in particular has to be my favorite. The way they design all these arches and shapes with it, it's absolutely incredible. Everything from the metal buttons to the actual physical ability to press things in this car is what makes it so special. Modern day cars, they have all these touch screens and all this bullshit. You do not want to do any of that. Now, actually stepping in on the Audi S5, we can once again see the steering wheel, as I mentioned before, but in particular, some things that really bothered me with the 2014, 2015, and 2016 S5s, just a small detail. The 2013 is the only one to come with a non-3D S5 tachometer label, whatever you want to call it, and it also has the better paddle shifters in my opinion. If you'll notice, 2013 models have the Audi R8 paddle shifters right over here, and other models have this weird bulky paddle shifter, and I'll show that up right here. Now, turning on the Audi S5, we can see a very unique screen here on the middle, which a lot of car manufacturers didn't really do, and if they did, it was kind of lackluster. This one genuinely has everything you could possibly want. It has Bluetooth capability, and other later models had something called Audi Connect, which gives you loads of other accessible features and options. My Audi S5 is a prestige model, so you'll notice that I have driving mode options and other accessible features that let me choose between what modes I want while driving, which in my opinion is the go-to package that you have to get with the Audi S5. If you do not have a prestige model, the experience will be a lot less interesting. Turns on absolutely swiftly, incredible engine, incredible sound. So now let's actually get on the road, hear how it sounds, and I'll let it speak for itself. Now, a little note for all B8.5 owners and in general car owners, from what I was told and from what I know, it's always good to put the e-brake on when you put it in park, just to prevent the transmission from wearing out and things like that. So, putting it off the e-brake, and once again, this transmission, it's a 7-speed DSG, which is one of the most reliable DSGs that has ever been made. I think it's called the DQ500 and whatnot. It can handle about 450 horsepower and 450 foot-pound-feet of torque before you have to upgrade the clutch packs, and that's when people are going Stage 2 Plus with APR and all these other types of things. I'm not that guy, but in my opinion, if you are going to do that, just remember to take care of the transmission. And of course, once again, everything is metal over here. It just feels so real to be in this car. Once again, all new Audis, in my opinion, that I've been in do not feel this way. Yeah, they have the ambient lighting and they have all this other stuff, but in my opinion, there's nothing that gets better than real leather, true metal, and all this other stuff that they actually put in the B8.5 S5. Currently, we're in comfort mode. I've got my fan on just for extra cooling and whatnot. That's with the tune, of course. But you'll notice when we're driving, nothing really is crazy in comfort mode. What it does, at least from, I think, normally, I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the tune, but it doesn't shift above 2100 RPM, and it gives you a very laid-back driving experience. And I like that a lot when you're just driving and you're cruising. Of course, with the AWE track exhaust, it does make it a bit drony, and a lot of people have hated that. But in my opinion, I like when cars are dramatic like this. Adds a very sensible kind of nice feeling to it. But got this nice straightaway over here, let you guys hear the supercharger. Gonna put it in individual. I've noticed that individual is a little bit more horsepower. I don't know if this is a placebo to me, but in my opinion, from what I felt, the individual modes, it's basically the same thing as dynamic. You change everything to your liking, and I like to be in manual mode so that I can actually shift my car rather than letting it shift for me, which most of the time it does rev hang, and I do not like that, so. Now, it's very hard to hear the supercharger sometimes with this AWE track exhaust. And of course, the exhaust adds a very, very beautiful sound to your driving experience. But I think with the windows down, you can hear it a little bit more. One of the best sounding V6s that I've ever driven for sure. It's really surreal. It's almost like the R35 GTR with the supercharger on it. And I know that's a far stretch to say, but I don't know, it really does feel like it. Now, just the same as comfort, you can drive it around pretty calmly. There's nothing that really needs to be dramatic about it when you don't want it to be. And it really, really does well at driving smoothly. And I don't think rim size or tire depth really changes the effect of the ride quality. Of course, I'm on H&R lowering springs, so that may make a difference, but overall it's incredible. Now, in case you guys don't hear the supercharger, I'll leave a few clips that I've taken myself outside of the car, right here. Now, after taking it out on a drive, we can finally see and hear the incredible engine that they put in this Audi. And unlike every other Audi that's out right now, these ones of the beautiful generation, 2013 through 2017, were truly the best cars ever made. And the new ones, as incredible as they are with their turbochargers that they make and the power that they output, this one, there's just something truly special about it with the supercharger and all other types of things. You can say the same thing with the RS5, SQ5, S5, R8, all the Audi models that really peaked in the 2013 and 2017 generation. Overall, the 2013 to 2017 B8.5 Audi S5s, S4s, and any other generation and or model that uses the 3.0T engine is extremely reliable, looks amazing, gives you all the performance that you want, incredible tunability, timeless design, interior and exterior, and of course, that's all you really need from a car. And of course, it has the power capability once again to push over 600 horsepower. It is supercar power. And talking about the price of this thing, it is one of the most depreciated cars to this date. This car was $64,500 new when bought initially. I bought it for $26,000 after tax, and it's worth every damn penny. And I would still pay 70 grand for this car, even if it hadn't depreciated so much. A truly incredible B8.5 S5, and I'd very much highly recommend getting one. I will be keeping this car forever and buying many more. And taking another look at the interior, just one final last time, these are Recaro leather seats. Audi rebranded them to their own, of course. You have all the carbon fiber inlays, the flat bottom leather steering wheel, all the beautiful packages in and out, and of course, in the center, when we took a look at the MMI, if you take out that control panel and put in something else, you can actually get CarPlay on that screen. So overall, a truly timeless interior with modern day capabilities. There's nothing more you could possibly ask for from a car that's at this price range, and of course, everything else that comes with it. Some will use it as their daily, some will keep it as their summer car. I like to keep this as my summer car. There has been really no complaints other than, of course, a few maintenance items and various other features and quirks that may have been kind of annoying at first, but overall, this car is something to get and keep forever. The living with it has been nothing but excitement and, of course, passion, having the discontinued but yet so great B8.5 Audi S5 that, once again, I'll keep forever. And, of course, just look at this thing. A little bit biased, but 10 out of 10. Get this thing while you still can, and, of course, make sure to keep it forever.